Howdy, howdy, everybody. Welcome to the NoRights Podcast. I'm your host, Ben, a.k.a. NoRights, a.k.a. Hey, that guy. You know, that one guy with the thing in the face. Anyway. Oh, hey, Frank's joining us. Frank? What's up? Franklin?
Frankly.
Oh, no. And so it begins early. Hi, Frank.
Yeah, for those listeners that weren't paying attention the last couple episodes, he got a new headset or something. A new mic.
Who? Anyway.
Me?
No, the other guy. Anyway, let me get the introductions out of the way real quick. Joining us as per usual, my co-host and good buddy Ian. How you doing, Ian?
Shadasoko.
Ian,
right.
We're doing today's episode a little bit early because Ian's got a date, and as we understand, hey, somebody's got a date. Good for you, man. Also joining us from over at Ian's place, Nate. How you doing, Nate?
Good.
Cool.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Coffee. No. Also joining us, who
What
just
is that? Sounds like a waterfall.
I don't know. Joining us from his place, testing out his headset. The guy who just woke up before the show started, and we didn't know where he was, so we just decided to start it, and he just pops in. My twin brother and arch nemesis, Franklin. Hi, Frank.
Oh, Frank, that's me.
Hey, I know that guy. What's going on? What's going on off camera over there, Frank? You keep looking to it.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, Ben.
You don't have a
You
curtain.
fuckers call me during daylight hours, and what do you want?
So it's like Dracula dead and loving it. I was having a daymare. Drinking wine or eating chicken.
That's crazy, man. Were you like sleeping all day, or were you taking like a nap?
A nap?
Well, that's lame too.
Okay. So I'll call you and, hey, do I need a sound card?
Hey, you're getting that old, huh? You need a nap.
Oh, guys, behave yourselves,
when
both of
you
you.
stay up till 4 in the morning playing shit, I mean, yeah.
Dude, I got like 3 to 4 hours of sleep last night, and I'm pretty awake.
How old are you, Ian?
33.
Okay, you two, just hurry up and make out already. Quit leading us all on. Anyway.
No, I gotta leave something for that poor poor girl that's gonna have to see his face in a couple hours.
Oh, you guys are terrible. Anyway.
Oh,
hold on, it's gonna be disappointing some girls shortly.
Oh no, let me take a look at what Ian's doing here.
Look at. I just want to show. Look at Frank's melon here. Look at that. It's blinding. Look at how
Well,
the light's hitting. What?
That's all the grease on my hair.
Yeah, that's right. You're gonna
Look
go
at
cook
that
some
shine
meth
on his
later, right,
forehead.
Frank?
Yeah, I got a man beard. Don't hate Ian.
Anyway, so
I got so much hair it grows out of my head.
okay, let's quit chewing the scenery, gentlemen. Because Ian's got to be somewhere in a little bit. So I invited Doug on. I haven't heard from him since Ian messaged me before I was heading out for dinner tonight. So okay, so we'll find out if he pops in. Great. If not, well, he'll have to defend his title championship after the show. So anyway,
Yeah. Remember,
that's great.
Nate, because Nate won. Spoiler alert: Nate won on a previous episode, and Doug said you can only keep the title for like 2 months or something.
he likes to change the rules for it. Like the little kid that like. It's like, I shot you, bang, bang. Like, no, see, I got this super armor. And anyway, so let's do a little catch up real quick with everybody. Frank, what you been up to other than napping?
Nap.
Just to update my Plex server was what I was up doing last night. I
Playing with
finally
Plex.
figured out how to VNC into my Mac, so I don't have to walk downstairs.
Congratulations.
You were perplexed.
Dad jokes. Got the dad humor over here. That's what that poor girl has to look forward to, is dad jokes.
Ian just
For the
gonna
rest
like
of her
he's
evening.
gonna come home one day and there's gonna be babies in his apartment. It's just like, well, you're a dad now. You know, you got all the jokes. We just assumed. So, okay, well, glad you've been doing that, Frank. How about you, Ian? What you been up to since the last episode?
Well, it's funny you say that because like now I am going out with a girl pretty much, and she does have kids. So
Ooh.
Ha 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 ha.
So Ian's angling to get into that dad position. He's like, look at my jokes.
it's gonna be like Daddy's Home with Will Ferrell.
Oh, man. Oh, fun times. So, you've been out there dating Ian. You've been, what else you been doing? You've been busy coding, messing with your LED lights?
I've been coding a little bit, remodeling a little bit. You know, it's...
Ooh.
Yes, Franklin in the back.
I've been playing with 3D modeling too, Ian.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. What you been playing with,
the plot
Frank?
thickens.
Dum dum bum.
And what could you possibly apply that?
Blender. Huh?
So you're Are you modeling a giant penis? What are you doing with it, Frank?
Yeah.
Captain Donger is what he's
Well,
making.
you should ask, Ben. No, I've been well, I was wanting to make some animations for the openings of the Minecraft and Chills and all the and Chill videos because they're kind of fucking boring. Where it just starts off us talking. So
Yeah, Frank, you're really selling people on it. It's just us talking. You shouldn't bother with that.
well, no, just the ending is weak sauce. I don't want to. I want to show you what you're getting into at the beginning. Like and then I don't want to. Hey, how's it going, guys? Okay, that's the opening. But anyway, no, so I got Blender and a couple other tools, and I've been getting into that. I got a couple templates, so I can see how it works a little bit, and watching a couple tutorials.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, so are you gonna learn that along with C++ over the weekend?
No.
Maybe make a video game.
No, he's going to be busy making a movie and then a book.
That's what Ben's doing.
Yeah.
Ben's gonna make a video game.
Didn't say I was making one. I was going to fart around with it. Anyway,
Huh?
how about you, Nate? What have you been doing since the last time we saw you?
I've been trying to figure out how to build a injection mold machine.
That's an oddly specific thing to be doing.
Well,
we're
it
all
makes
here
sense because of the 3D printer and stuff.
Yeah.
He wants to mass produce stuff.
That's cool though, man. Have a little shop going in your apartment. Fun times,
Yeah.
fun times.
Be like,
Well,
when
where's the-
Tech Tips have someone knock on the door. You can't do this at a house.
I'm doing it. Anyway,
What parts did you say you had so far, Nate?
So far I've managed to track down. I haven't ordered it yet, but I've tracked down the heating cartridges. I don't know if I'm just gonna buy the PID sensor, the thermocoupler for the temperature sensor, and then I still have to get the injection pump for the thing, and then the housing for the metal. So I've got a ways to go.
Yeah.
keep us updated on that. It sounds like it's going to be interesting. So,
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
I
man,
just hope
blows
he
up the
doesn't.
apartment.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I hope you don't burn yourself or blow up your apartment.
Oh, you can absolutely burn yourself up with an injection mold machine.
Imagine getting
I-
like a whole sheet of like molten plastic all over your
Oh yeah,
hand.
it sticks to your skin and will continue burning you until it gets off. But then when you go to take it off, you're like, it burns.
yep.
I heard that's
napalm.
what molten metal does too. It'll cling to your skin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it will.
Well,
Oh,
this
you ever
is,
have sparks
You know
hit
all
you?
about that.
this is the opening to an interesting episode. So when you burn, you. Well,
No, I
it's
used to work. I worked at a steel mill briefly, and yeah, you stay the fuck away from that shit.
Yeah.
Anyway. So,
They warned us at the
yeah,
meeting.
happy
Like, there's a
intro
guy
to
that
the
fell in the
episode.
bed.
All right.
He's
So
in the
anyway,
train now.
So anyway, let's I
Dust
guess,
off my figurine here. It's bothering me.
okay.
Go away, bother me.
All right. So since we don't have too much time on this episode, I guess we should probably jump into the news now.
Now this is like a 3-hour episode, right? Because you got a time limit.
Yeah, Ian's got to be somewhere. He's got to meet a lady.
You don't got like 10 stories at once, Ben, right?
He said we could throw him away if he wants.
Yeah, we can do some stuff. So,
None of this matters.
all right, let's get the show started here with the Kingsglaive Final Fantasy. The news with Ian and Frank's headache.
Professional Ben and Ian.
Now you may start.
I don't know. I don't know if Frank's
Thanks
okay.
for warning me. Now that I got these huge honking cans on my fucking head.
Burn
You know, is my base all
sauce.
the way up? Yes, it is. My base was up. Thanks.
Hey, at least you know they work now. They're pretty loud.
Yeah, my ears don't anymore, but my fucking cans work fine.
Okay.
No, how about this?
Okay, anyway, so let's start our first story today. Kingsglaive Final Fantasy XV feature film teaser. Ooh.
Oh, hold on now. Where's the chat? Where's that, Ben? Leak us, motherfucker.
I don't have to link you nothing. Alright, fine. Go ahead, Ian. Tell us all about this one while I show it to Frank. Oh wait, I forgot my paste button's messed up.
Paste button?
Yeah, the copy paste control's not working on my computer. I think I need to reboot.
Oh no.
Yeah.
See you next week, kids.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting until after the show to deal with that. So, go ahead, Ian. Tell us about this one.
Okay, well, I mean, I can play the thing. I don't know if I can do the audio because you might get it.
Just do it. Shut up.
Frank.
I'm prepared now.
Okay, turn the audio off. Wait, I can over here. Oh.
So anyway,
We're watching a movie film.
oh man.
I don't think there's much talking.
So what's happening now? And there's a thing.
Shit is happening.
Whoa.
Uh-huh. Oh, look at that.
So, I don't know, man. I'm a little tired of trailers that are all like, wah, dun, 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 wah. You know,
Yeah.
I don't. Wah,
Like the, what was it? Transformers, Star Trek, they were all like that.
Star Trek 2, wah, blah.
Wah 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 wah.
Dubstep.
If you don't have the bass, if you just got a little...
It's
you know,
every trailer now
kinda-
is here's a ship in space, blah. Here's a destroyed city, blah. Here's some guy looking tough.
Hey, that's
Then
what
we got
makes
the
the movie
parody.
is the bass.
I mean, remember back in the 90s when every trailer was a guy running away from an explosion, barely burning his butt, and now it's like, wah, every trailer is a dubstep commercial.
Coming 2016, I'll bet this is going to be a summer blockbuster. So yeah, every commercial is going to be wah, 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 wah.
So, okay, what do you have to tell us about this trailer, Ian? Because I know very little about Final Fantasy, so.
Well, I don't know that much either. I guess I sort of picked it out because it was interesting to me that, like the all CG movies. What do you guys think about movies that were originally all CG going to
live
CG
action?
And live action, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's basically like people and what is it, sword and sorcery kind of thing, where it's less like there's magical effects, but then there's people. It's not too crazy, I guess. I mean, the craziest thing about Final Fantasy I've seen has been the costumes.
Well, what do you think, Nate? I mean, you might be able to tell us a little bit more about this because you're into Final Fantasy, aren't you?
Yeah, I play Final Fantasy game. Which Final Fantasy is?
XV. So, 15?
Yeah.
There's a 15.
Oh.
Kingsglaive.
Like, there's a 15?
Is that actually 15, or is there like 3 more in Japan we haven't heard about?
I don't know, man.
So
I watched a summation of the Final Fantasy games from the Spoonie experiment because he played through all of them and explained how confusing it got, and I still have no idea what goes on in them, to be honest. But I'll let Nate talk. He knows about these games.
Well, like, I saw the trailer one. Okay. Kind of didn't know what was going on either. Like, I mean, usually in the games they fight. They use all the monsters in the world. They like take them and then they're all the same in all the games, and then they reuse them. And they come up with new boss fights, and then they'll add in new ones, and then sometimes they'll recycle the bosses, and they have these things called like eidolons, and like they're like summoned monsters.
I don't know. Isn't the thing about Final Fantasy that like you have to play for like 20 hours before the game really gets good? So.
Not necessarily. It depends.
Well,
which
you know what I have to say?
What, Frank?
You know what I have to say, Ben?
What's that?
I just hope this isn't like Speed Racer. It's like, oh boy! Ooh. Yeah.
Yay! No.
Yeah. Oh no.
I heard Speed Racer for what it is. It's it's actually a pretty decent film if you don't take it seriously. I don't know.
Well, what did you guys think about that World of Warcraft? Because this is pretty similar.
Well, the way I'd heard about the World of Warcraft one is that company, they've got so much money and technology behind their stuff that they just made their own film. They're like, we don't really need to outsource this. Let's just do it here.
What? What are you talking about?
The World of Warcraft movie that's been in development for like a long time. I don't know.
No idea.
Okay then.
I never played Warcraft because it's a stereotype at this point, especially after South Park.
Yeah, the thing about
South Park got their hands on it.
Well, the thing about World of Warcraft to me has been like the designs are it's kind of half interesting and also half ugly, and I'm just like that. And I mean,
it's everything I would like. It's an MMO, open world bullshit. Great. But there's a stigma attached to you if you're on it.
Well, plus there's also the fact that like the people on it who are like, that's the game they play. It's like they're people, they've been on WoW since forever. They're not going anywhere, and it's like, if you're a noob, it's like, guess what? You go to Noob Central and you die.
You got pwned.
Right.
It's the same stigma as like Second Life. I mean,
well, Second Life is a little worse, I think.
Boring.
Well, that's the thing is like there's nothing, no missions or anything in Second Life. It's all about playing dressed up and doing what you're doing.
Lately, I've been checking out simulators that are on Steam and shit.
Of course,
like obviously everyone here has heard of Goat Simulator.
Mm-hmm.
Now they've got a taser simulator where you run around with a taser and tase people.
Have you tried Bear Simulator?
No. No. There's Little Girl Simulator. That's awkward.
What, Nate?
Did you guys kickstart Bear Simulator?
No, somebody else kickstarted it, and I heard it's kind of boring from some people that were playing it. So,
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I don't know, man. Did you see there's I saw there was like a webcam girl simulator?
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's out. That's a thing.
Oh, man. So, anyway.
Yeah, those
So, yeah.
webcam girls getting, like, pretty popular.
Well, I mean, think about it this way. We had a pigeon dating simulator, we had a sequel to the pigeon dating simulator, and then we had a tank dating simulator. So,
I feel sorry for those people that are, like, they're so desperate they go to the webcam girls and try to, they think they're going to get some by giving them, the most tips and stuff on there.
Well, did you ever see, like, a bunch of people are mad at, like, the Twitch whores, like the girls who just show their cleavage and stuff? They used to be cam girls or porn stars. Because now they just show cleavage, and the assholes give them a bunch of money because they think they're gamer girls.
oh
Because they're
man,
playing League of Legends.
it just reminds me of the response girls or the reply girl thing. So, but anyway, we've drifted off topic, so I guess we should probably move on to the next one.
That's the way this show rolls, man.
Well, we can't be here forever because Ian's got a date. He's got to meet a Twitch girl or something.
Well, if he's not going to disappoint her one way, he might as well disappoint her by being late.
Apple won't demand to learn how FBI cracked terror suspect's phone.
All right, so yes, it's for those of you that don't know about the Apple versus FBI case, well, then where the
Get
fuck
your head out of the fucking hole.
Oh man.
But it said Yeti Maker said he did not know whether FBI employed a software or hardware hack. Apple said Friday that it won't go to court to demand the U.S. FBI to inform the gadget maker how the feds broke into the phone of Saeed Farouk, who, along with his wife, killed 14 people in a San Bernardino. How do you say it? Bernardino, yeah, thanks. Country office building in December. And an Apple attorney who asked that he not be identified by name told reporters in a conference call that Apple did not know how the authorities unlocked the 5C running iOS 9. The Apple attorney said that he had paraphrased and not quoted directly, but he suspected that the hack won't last long as Apple continues to fortify its security. Apple said it was unclear whether the FBI employed a software or hardware hack, and the company did not understand why it would only work on a 5C. As the government said, the Apple lawyer said the government has not come forward to Apple to explain the workaround. Yeah.
So the big question is, did they get anything out of the fucking thing?
Oh, another news story I was reading said, yeah, we haven't heard anything about whether or not they've gotten anything out of it, but realistically, they weren't expecting to. This was all just a play to try and get more search power.
They want wiggle room. They can already get your phone. They can fucking come in your house. They can get your data backups from Google.
Yeah, I had a news story that was kind of related to this that I'll be sharing later. So
the only way to really kill a bunch of people anymore is to Timothy McVeigh it and live off the grid and have a bunch of fertilizer.
Okay, Frank, we don't need you to you don't need to be turning into John Connor.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ben. I didn't realize that your listeners were on the edge of saying "fuck the government" and going all rogue.
Well, Frank, we never expected that so many people like that existed until Donald Trump ran for office.
I was watching a Twitch stream of a guy playing Fallout 4, and the stream was titled "Just Practicing in Case Trump Wins."
That's cute. Next, all right. So,
Well,
Nate, do you have any opinions on this story? Because I think the three of us have made our opinions pretty clear on this one.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they just bribed them.
oh, you think it was like an inside thing, huh?
They either bribed them or they, maybe blackmailed them, saying that they wouldn't be able to manufacture or something. But wouldn't all
I
this
don't know. There are
evidence-
people. there are people saying they're like, if they won't crack it, we'll do it. God damn it!
Well, McAfee was doing that, and some other people, but
Right.
it's like the FBI. Their problem was that they said that it can't be replicated in other phones, and it's like that's very unrealistic, and that's not how encryption works. It's like if you found a way to get into it, it's not going to only work on the one. So anyway,
Well, I wonder too if it could have been like an inside thing, because I mean, it's a whole company of people. I mean, people could go rogue,
Yeah, but who has all the knowledge to knowing how to get into it? I mean, I don't know.
One guy saying, "I hate my job. I'm gonna burn this mother down."
Yeah,
Well,
I asked for salt in my Mai Tai. I did not get that.
Well, I'm just saying, unless I'm sure the guys who wrote the most of the encryption thing are the guys at Apple are saying, hey guys, we really don't want you to do this, and here's money to make sure you don't. I'm sure the people that would go do something like this are probably lower on the tier and just doing around. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, just to wrap it up, it says, in short, the government is not legally obligated to alert Apple to its method. Many legal scholars, ARS contacted, agreed that Apple didn't have much of a leg to stand on if they went to court to try to force disclosure. So, I guess Apple versus the FBI, the Apple lost, I guess.
I fought the law and the law won. Anyway, alright, so our next news story. Blizzard shuts down popular fan-run pirate server for classic WoW. Wow.
Wow. It says, how do you say that? Astrarius servers claimed 800k users are playing 2006 era World of Warcraft. Okay.
That's quite a group of people, man.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. One of the most popular pirate servers for World of Warcraft, running a classic version of the game on no longer offered by Blizzard, will be shutting down under the threat of legal action from Blizzard.
Is this? Sorry to interrupt. Is this like they don't support that old version, so someone made a server so other people can still play the old version?
I think so. Something like that.
Okay, sorry. That's just want to clarify.
Well, this is the servers have been in operation for almost a year, running version 1.12 of the original World of Warcraft as it existed in 06, just before the release of the Burning Crusade expansion. The administrators say that 800,000 registered accounts and 150,000 active players were working through quest progressions reproduced to precisely match the game of a decade age. But the team behind Asterius says its French hosting provider has been issued a formal letter asking it to shut down the servers or face a potential copyright infringement lawsuit. As such, the servers will be shut down on April 10th. Hosting private servers is explicitly against Blizzard's terms of use, or the company says
Really?
isn't an issue because of lost subscription fees from players choosing these illegitimate servers over the real WoW servers. It simply boils down to the fact that the private servers are illegal, and that's that. Yet, despite the legal threats against Nostarius, there are still dozens of other active private servers offering various historical, current, and modified versions of the game. A Blizzard representative was not immediately available to respond to requests for comment. So, yeah,
Wow.
that's pretty crazy.
I mean,
I know a guy.
Go ahead, Frank.
I know a guy who has a computer that he says is a dedicated server to one of the forms of WoW that he doesn't even play on anymore. He just has it in his house for other people to play on. Which is fucking dumb, if you ask me. That's like people with seed boxes. How do you get anything else done? But
Well, I mean, be honest, Frank. I mean, it makes sense because there are people that still love old DOS games, and there are people still play Duke Nukem 3D.
well, yeah.
You know, it's like my issue is, it's like I think the company kind of are. I think they're hurting themselves by saying, "No, you can't do this." It's like, who's it hurting? They have this old copy
Right.
they want. I mean, I think they're probably afraid that people are going to find copies of the old, acquire copies of the old version and play that instead of playing the new one, which realistically, if you've got an older computer, it wouldn't hurt to keep copies of an old game circulating so that people can get on that, and then when they get a new hot machine, they go, oh, this is like that other game, and, it's like the different
Well,
version.
isn't it like you have to have an account to be able to play at all? I mean, what are they losing? You still have a subscription.
No, you don't have to.
No?
Oh, you don't?
Didn't it go free to play or something a while ago? Like, not free to play, but like, you to log in and stuff a while back. I don't know.
I stopped following after I saw Ozzy Osbourne in a commercial.
What about Shatner? You can play Warcraft, dog. Be any kind of character you like.
Well, yeah, this is they mentioned in this paragraph. Yeah, like that's been a constant thing with like video games, like them in the other articles we did recently about them cracking down on the mods and stuff. It's like a lot of video game companies, they're like really strict on. They're like, no, we want you to have this specific experience with the game. That's it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if companies keep out, the old versions around or people mod them, it's like, well, we can't control how you get, explore the game, and then we can't make money off of selling you this new experience or saying the old one's over and move on to the new one. So it makes sense, but it's a real dick move by companies, and I think it's something bigger companies don't think about.
Yeah.
If they were smart, though, they'd be like, okay, we see that you have 150,000 subscribers or something, and obviously you're not playing the current game, so we'll just reopen that server and then reduce the subscription rate for the older server, but then you can't do that, and then to upgrade to the new server, we'll just up the subscription rate.
Well, I mean, if they just did something like, hey, why don't we let you keep your private server around, we'll just, sponsor it by saying, hey, see ads for the new version to encourage people, because they would,
the private servers, it's not hurting Minecraft. I mean,
well, that's because Minecraft
right?
doesn't charge a monthly subscription service. If they did, then it would absolutely hurt them.
They actually had Realms
have
subscription based for a while.
I don't know, man. But
I don't know if it is anymore.
Well, the thing about Minecraft is it was designed to be very open and moddable from the beginning, and Microsoft, I don't think, would make the mistake of cutting that off, because if they did, they'd be cutting the head of the Hydra there. So.
Yeah. I mean, on one hand, I mean, I could sort of see, like you said, Ben, like if you have a game and people keep releasing mods and stuff for it where it's like a new game all the time that you just get for free, it's like,
yeah.
Do, but I mean,
well, I mean, with PC games, that's a lot of times. That's what we were doing with like Fallout New Vegas and stuff. They were modding it to have different textures and stuff.
There are older games, man. I mean, there are people that are still playing Half-Life. There are people that are still playing...
Oh, people are still playing Half-Life. The thing is, it's supported now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, there are people, like, what's that game that there's been 2 versions of it, and, like, there are schools in South Korea to just play the game for, like, days at a time. With the Zerg rushing and stuff. I don't know. There are games that are just...
Isn't that also why, like, there's so much of a lockdown on, like, ROMs and stuff, too, because they don't want you to go back to the old games. They want you to keep on the new stuff. Yeah.
Right.
So,
I don't know.
I would think it would behoove them to somehow just reach out to the people who have the servers and go, look, if you run a dedicated server, you're taking the load off of our ass, and we'll just...
Well, I mean, the thing, I'm sure another thing, too, is that people don't, like, these companies, they don't want somebody running an old version, so when somebody takes a look at this server, they think it's a representation of what the game looks like now, and they're like, that looks like it's 10 years old, I don't want to play that. Like, no, we want you to see that this is the new hotness, and this is someone else's game.
Like Morrowind, that's a...
I see how Blizzard sees it. So how many subscribers does that game have?
That server has 800K users, so
800,000 times $15 a month. That's how they see it.
Right.
So
I'll do that math right now, Nate.
do. Yeah, I got a message from Doug. He's
12 million.
He has to be invited.
Oh
That's
no.
12
So-
million a month if they're losing.
Yes.
It's just, yeah.
I messaged
Oh.
you. I was like, I can't click on a thing. It wouldn't let me join it.
Yeah. I couldn't join either. Then eventually I got to where if I just clicked on the camera instead of the whole thing,
exactly.
which I'm
What the
like, is
fuck,
that
Google?
different?
I guess so. What the fuck, Google?
Changing
Oh
shit.
well. So
Tell him click on the camera.
Adobe
Yeah.
patches Flash bug that's being exploited to install ransomware.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Here's some more Flash fun.
Yeah, I've really been wanting to make video games lately, and I've been thinking, man, Flash games would be great, but it's like, oh, there's so much security vulnerabilities like this. I really don't, and nothing's supporting it anymore. I mean, even Flash is moving away from being Flash. So, go ahead, Ian. Read.
Well, it says actively exploited critical flaw has been in wild for more than a week. I think they may say in the wild, but Adobe has rushed out a Flash update to plug a security hole spotted by InfoSec researchers who warn that Windows 10 users of the software may have been exposed to the flaw for more than a week.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, that
What
was
is it?
I hit something.
Ne'er-do-wells could exploit the flaw by sending ransomware to Windows 10 machines. Adobe said that updates address critical vulnerabilities in Flash and advised users to install the latest version of the software. It said in a security bulletin. Adobe has released security updates for the Adobe Flash Player for Windows, Macintosh, Linux, and Chrome OS. These updates address critical vulnerabilities that could potentially allow an attacker to take control of the affected system. Adobe is aware of reports that CVE 2016-1019 is being actively exploited on systems running Windows 10 and earlier with Flash Player version 20.0.0.306 and earlier. Yeah. So it's pretty much this article is sort of rehashing the same thing.
Yeah, so in other words, if you don't have the newest version of Flash, the 21 point something,
Yeah.
you can get ransomware installed on your computer, and then it'll cost you $400 in bitcoins. And if you don't know how to buy bitcoins, then you're kind of screwed.
So basically, this is a double whammy of, hey, there's a Flash vulnerability, and also it's affecting Windows 10. Oh
And
boy.
Actually, that are running Flash.
Those ransomwares are no joke too. Like, the worst of the worst ransomware is the ones that will demand a fee and encrypt all your files.
Oh yeah, that's what that's what this one is. You know, it'll encrypt all your files. You have 24 hours. Then they destroy the key, and even if you uninstall the ransomware, all your files are still encrypted, and then you just deleted it, so the key's gone. So then the only way to do it is to have the thing that protects your computer from having even the ransomwares from activating from the...
Yeah.
Boy, people are dicks, aren't they, guys?
Yeah.
Man.
It's like, man, why, humanity, why are we so bad to each other? I mean, really.
Well, I was lucky I got a ransomware, but it was a long time ago. I was easily able to fix it, but it was like one of those things where it said a fake like FBI warning said that, oh yeah, we've found child porn on your computer or something.
Yeah, that's a little bit different than ransomware, you know, because you get people phishing all the time for info. Like, my dad got a cell phone call recently going, the IRS is suing you, and like, they don't do that. It's like they won't call your cell phone and say that you're on your last warning. You know, anyway.
Did he believe it for a second?
No, but he was just like, man, he's like, what the heck? Oh well.
Dude.
Anyway, so yeah, and last news story for me, and newspapers to Brave browser, don't mess with our ads, or else.
Yeah.
That's a great news. Those are some nice ads there. Shame if something were to happen to them.
Well, newspapers, you know, that printed medium that's going to be dead here in a couple weeks.
All right, go ahead, Ian. Tell us all about this one.
Okay, well, before I do that, I was going to ask what's going on with Doug there. Is he still trying to join?
He told me to send him an invite, and I did. He just messaged
Click
him and let
on
him know
the camera.
Yeah, tell him you got to click on the camera.
And unless it's different on the phone. I didn't mess with it on the phone.
Yeah, he's always doing it on the phone.
Yeah. So,
Anyways, thanks. The New York Times, Washington Post, and other newspapers say that startups plan to remove their ads and insert others in illegal. Brave CEO says that browser is the solution, not the problem. Browser maker Brave software wants to rid the web of the worst parts of the online advertising, but the biggest newspapers in the U.S. have launched an attack against the legal plan. Lawyers from the New York Times, Washington Post, Wall Street Journal, and other members of the Newspaper Association of America published a letter Thursday that threatens legal action against the San Francisco-based startup whose browser can block or replace ads on their websites. Your plan to use our content to sell your advertising is indistinguishable from a plan to steal our content to publish on your own website, newspaper group's letter PDF said. The newspapers accused Brave of republication that violates copyright and trademark laws and websites' use of terms of use. Brave Chief Executive Brender Each, who has major tech
cred.
Yeah.
Street cred.
Word.
From helping to found Firefox developer Mozilla and inventing the web's JavaScript programming language, responded in a blog post from the newspaper group misunderstands Brave and browser in general. Contrary to the misstatements of the NAA letter, Brave is the solution, not the problem for users and publishers, he said. The newspaper letter targets one small startup but cuts to the heart of a profound problem: how to keep news, video, and other content freely available online without driving away readers through overly annoying and privacy invading ads. Online ads slow websites, track your behavior, drain phone batteries, obstruct content, and sometimes even deliver attack software. No surprise then that 198 million people installed ad blocking software in 2015. Apple's Safari, Mozilla Firefox, and Microsoft Edge browsers also offer reading modes that strip out ads.
Well, I mean, this is like we've talked about. The whole ad block thing's not a new argument, but I mean, it doesn't surprise me that newspapers are upset by this. The whole section that I think is a hanging point is the replaces ads. It's like, well, if the browser did nothing but strip ads, that'd be one thing, but putting their own ads in place, what user wants that?
Yeah.
They think they're getting one over on people who don't realize that they're getting a feature.
Oh, it's not a bug, it's a feature.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What are your thoughts, Nate?
Oh, about the attacks with the ads. Honestly, I think everybody installs ad blocker because they don't want any viruses on their computer.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of reasons to have an ad blocker. It's like online ads are very, you can get 8 ads on one video. Who wants, and then, pop-ups, you don't know what buttons you're really clicking, and there's all kinds of, they're overly aggressive. So I can understand why people run ad blockers, and then, it's like ad revenue from ads has been drying up for a long time. So it's like, it's no surprise that people get more aggressive trying to squeeze money out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this whole startup with Brave, though, I'm curious about how the company positions itself, because other than the whole, bigger argument about ads, I'm wondering what their reasoning is behind it. Because it's the same with RSS feeders and other things that strip out ads. It's like, well, what grounds they have to say how they do it?
Well, it says the newspapers refused to participate, and each offered his own counterattack. The news industry has been an active participant in violating individual readers' privacy by benefiting from non-consensual third-party tracking and ads, he said. News industry leaders rightly decry that violation of privacy inherent or some NSA or FBI tactics, yet their own complicity in tracking individuals to even more invasive degrees is not addressed. The Newspaper Association of America didn't immediately respond to a request for comment.
Well, they offered to give them 55% of the advertising. The newspaper's like, no, it's on our fucking website. We get 100% of the fucking ad revenue.
Well, I mean, some of the most popular sites and stuff, like, they have the money to pay their writers and stuff, and yet they say, no, we don't pay writers. They get the exposure from being on our site. It's like, what? Back that up. Let's talk about that. It's the whole dying, the changing of the guard situation of the print media going away, and the people that are power players in that trying to handle the online transition. I don't know. So anyway, that's Ian's last story. Do you have anything else about that you want to say before I switch over to my camera? I mean my news stories.
I really don't have much to say about it. Like I'm really not gonna think about it too much because it's just it just makes my head spin, and just like thinking about all the different ads and stuff and the arguments on both sides. It's just like whatever. I just use the ad block and try to forget about it.
Yeah, well, what you gonna do?
Do you have any other closing statements about that, Nate?
No.
All right. Well, are you going to do that follow-up story to the FBI Apple thing?
Me? Well, let me just switch over to my desktop real quick because, like I said, I remembered my copy-paste button was acting up. So, let's see. Where was that article? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, the first one, privacy advocates and security experts condemn leaked Senate encryption bill. This is on VentureBeat. I'll have a link in the blog post later. But let's see. Security researchers and civil liberties advocates on Friday condemned draft legislation leaked from the U.S. Senate that would let judges order technology companies to assist law enforcement agencies in breaking into encrypted data. The long-awaited bill is emerging just as the U.S. Justice Department redoubles its efforts to use the courts to force Apple to help unlock encrypted iPhones. So they say that, they were listing two people, Senators Richard Burr and Dianne Feinstein. They were working on with stakeholders to finalize the bill, which has repeatedly been delayed. And the White House is not commenting on it because it's still in draft, but people on the inside who are close to the situation have been saying that it's similar, that it's very vague, and they say it's similar to when the Clinton administration tried to pass a thing that said that the phones needed to have a chip that would allow the government to have a back door in to get into phones. So, yeah.
They're like, no.
I mean, the thing is that, like, I've mentioned before about the whole Last Week Tonight with John Oliver episode where they talked about encryption and how it's not a simple thing. You can't just break encryption on one device and then it'll be okay, because that just weakens encryption overall, and it's like, therefore their customers don't have any security because then people can just get into any phone, and that's kind of a problem. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? I mean, the issue before was that the FBI was trying to sue to get Apple to get into that one terror suspect's phone. They were using it as an example case of like, well, of course we've got a terrorist's phone, and now we have to compel people, to give us this leeway. And it's like, look, man, you're asking for a lot to just destroy encryption in general. Just for it's like it doesn't work that way. You can't just break into it; it destroys encryption. And then they said,
right, so it's always going to be just one phone, yeah.
Well, on the last week with John Oliver episode, he talked about New York had like over 100 phones that they were just waiting to get someone to break the encryption on. They're like, so it's just the one phone for this terror subject, and then all these phones in New York in one precinct alone. It's like, what about everybody's going to come to him? I mean, I was reading another news story recently about a dad whose adopted son passed away, and he was trying to get Apple to give him access to his son's files on it, and it's like, that's I don't know, man. It's complicated.
Well, yeah. Well, it's just like, for me, it's like, you have both sides, like crying out that they're on the side of, they're on the right side or whatever, but like both like Apple and the FBI or government in general have had shady times,
There's no one's 100% always in the right on either side. It's it's important that we realize it's not like 24. It's not like, let's torture a suspect, let's break all these freedoms, and then everything will be okay. It's like, no, you did some stuff. Oh well. I'll move this next news story right up next to it because I think the title alone will be interesting to you guys. Google reaches into customers' homes and bricks their gadgets.
Well, I don't like that at all.
How do you feel about that, Ian?
And bricks their gadgets.
We're on Google Hangouts right now, Ben, so watch out.
Well, I don't know. Let's... Nate, should we ask Alexa what she thinks about that? Alexa, why aren't you responding, Alexa?
Beep,
That's
boop,
Amazon,
boop.
Google is Android.
No,
Revolt.
Amazon.
Oh, it's Amazon. That's right.
Revolve is a home automation hub that Google acquired 17 months ago. Yesterday, Google announced that as of May 15th, it will kill switch all the Revolves in the field and render them inert. Section 1201 of the DMCA, the law that prohibits breaking DRM, means that anyone who tries to make a third-party OS for Revolve faces felony charges and up to 5 years in prison. Revolve is apparently being kill switched because it doesn't fit in with Google's plan for Nest, the other home automation system it acquired. Google's FAQ tells its customers that this is okay because their warranties have expired, and besides, this is all covered in the fine print they clicked through or at least saw a link to. This isn't the earthquake, it's the tremor. From your car to your light bulbs to your pacemaker, the gadgets you own are increasingly based on networked software. Remove the software and they become inert e-waste. There is no such thing as a hardware company. The razor-thin margins on hardware mean that every funded hardware company is a service and data company, and almost without exception, these companies use DRM to acquire the legal right to sue competitors who provide rival services or who give customers access to their own data on their data. So, we're entering the era where dishwashers can reject third-party dishes, and their manufacturers can sue anyone who makes third-party dishes out of existence. So,
now, is that going to be 5 years in a federal pound me in the ass prison?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that they put a blatant "fuck you" in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd link you guys the article, but like I said, paste button's not working for some reason. So,
that's okay. I got Google until they block the site.
It took me a while to find this article though, because I found a number of people reporting on it. But I read this article when I saw it on Tumblr, and Yes.
It took you a while to find it because you were looking on Chrome. That's why.
Oh, burn.
Anyway, so...
No, I'm saying they blocked it. It's a Google.
Okay, so anyway, what are your guys' thoughts on Google being able to say, hey, this device that you bought, it's dead now, and you can't run a third-party thing.
Well, they don't have to support something they don't. They own it now, and they're like, our newest update, kill them all.
Well, I think that's the fine line here. It's not a matter of supporting it. It's a matter of, it's dead now. We will brick your devices. You know, it's like...
Well, they don't have to provide updates. That's the thing.
Well, no, I'm saying, though, it's like when Apple had the old iPod Classic and they phased that out, it's like they didn't send out a message over the over the airwaves that said, this is dead now. You know, people are hacking it and putting in flash drives and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, but something like this, they would be required to upkeep. If it monitors your home and shit, you got to have a certain amount of
It's not just that, Frank. It says that there's also a thing that if people make a third-party thing to handle it themselves, they could face 5 years in prison.
Well, that's because they don't want people to pirate it and allow it to keep going on a hacked version. And then they hurt themselves because the thing doesn't work because it was using a patched version, and then they sue Google.
Anyway, so...
their warranty when they did that, so...
I don't know. What are your thoughts, Ian?
Well, it's just like, yeah, it's sort of like the Blizzard thing. It's like the companies, video game companies, just want to have strict control over the video game experience. Now software companies like Google and internet-based companies, I guess,
it's the same thing.
They want to control just everything that you have, and it's like the problem with Ben has a lot of times with his software. It's like the thing was free, and then it's a forced update, and it's like, oh, you got to pay for this now.
I love the update that takes away features. That's the best.
Remember Filebot when the update was, it deletes it unless you buy the paid version?
It's like, I'm not down with that. That's not cool.
That's not an update.
Alright, so...
Update to the situation. You're going to give me money.
Alright, so let's move on now to a new trailer that's out. Have you guys seen the teaser trailer for Rogue One, a Star Wars story? So...
Well, again, me and Nate aren't exactly Star Wars fans, but you could go ahead and play it.
Okay. So, people on the internet are having issues with this now. Because as you can see, that the protagonist in the story is a female character. And as one of the, three main protagonists in the last movie was also a woman, apparently men on the internet are mad and going, hey... imagine a new Star Wars movie with a male character. I was like, oh yeah, totally, because you didn't have 6 movies that were about dudes. I mean, oh boo-hoo, guys. It's like, this looks cool, and it's like, as long as the character doesn't look annoying, I'm down with it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what goes on with this one. But they keep teasing.
Look annoying. That sounds like a personal thing, Ben. Was the last one annoying?
No, I'm saying there are a lot of movies, we talked about... No, I'm talking about, remember when what was that, The Good Dinosaur came out, and we were like, oh, it looks great, but the main character is annoying, and he doesn't really get any better throughout the whole film. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of teasers. I've seen people, reply, the new Rogue One teaser, or we're not showing you Darth Vader because we want to say that for the full trailer. You got Forrest Whitaker, you got the Death Star, so...
Forrest Whitaker and his lazy eye.
Oh, Frank.
Oh, he doesn't have a lazy eye. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Frank. Let's talk about all your defects now, like we were before the show with your...
Tell me something else about Forrest Whitaker other than that he's got a fucking lazy eye. Go ahead.
Well, he was in that one movie, remember? The Battlefield Earth.
Lazy eye guy. Yeah, I saw that one.
Hey, lazy eye guy.
Anyway,
hey,
so
lazy eye.
Look at Mark Hamill there. Whew.
Yeah, that's the best part. They're like, yeah, he's just staring into the camera. He's also the voice of the Joker, Frank. So
I didn't say anything bad about Mark Hamill. I'm just saying, look at him.
Well, of course you didn't say anything bad about him because Mark Hamill will come there and he will kill you.
I like Mark Hamill. He's still together.
I listened to an interview with him on Talkin' Tunes podcast with Rob Paulson, and he was like, they didn't have any Wi-Fi at his house, but he was talking about he just bought the DVD set of My Mother the Car. Oh, man.
He's like, well, at least he's not Harrison Ford.
Oh, jeez, Frank. Anyway, so basically this is...
That's since the 70s.
So anyway, as I was saying, this is basically the in-between story, because they're shooting to release a new Star Wars movie every year, right? Every summer, and it's going to be Force Awakens, and then this one's the next one, and then Force Awakens 2 or whatever they're calling it, and then
yeah.
Well,
There's going to be 11 of these fucking movies.
And then there's a Han Solo movie in production, so a solo effort.
Now, hold on. Please let it be a prequel.
Well, it's
and
gonna
put fucking.
Don't.
Shut
I
up.
don't know if you want to. I don't know if you
out.
want, Frank. I don't know if you want to wish for prequels from Star Wars.
Let me finish my goddamn wish before you fucking.
All right.
I hope it's a prequel, and I hope they cast Chris Pratt as Harrison Ford. That's all I need.
Well, I don't think it. Well, anyway, so.
Well, I give up keeping track of that shit, man. Star Wars.
And Ian don't care. All right. Well.
What about you, Nate? Do you keep up with all this storylines?
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
see.
Well.
Nate's a hardcore nerd, and he's.
Well,
he even said no.
They wrote out the extended storyline when Disney bought Star Wars. There was a whole expanded universe series going, and they got rid of all of it except a few things, and now they're going to do the whole new thing. So,
Well, they have books for the original movies and stuff, and,
Yeah.
and guys I know actually read all the books.
yeah. Well, there are books for everything. There are books for Quantum Leap. So anyway,
No, they weren't fanfics. They were sanctioned by Lucas.
I know. I'm just saying, Frank. There are official books for Quantum Leap and such too.
Well, where are they at? I want some.
Anyway, so
Link me, motherfucker.
I told you I can't link nothing right now.
Oh, that's
Frank,
right.
so
You're on Chrome. I'm sorry. Talking
Anyway.
bad about Google.
let's move on to our next
Oh,
my
the
next
Chrome
story.
with the Google Hangouts.
So my next
Talking bad
story.
about the Google.
What is the true cost of piracy to an independent creator? So,
Oh boy.
for those of you who don't know, Kyle
There
T.
you go.
Webster, he does a bunch of Photoshop brushes. He has some really nice brush packs that he sells, and he's posted about his problems with piracy. He said, "I just saw a torrent site that had more than 1,000 illegal downloads of my Photoshop Mega Pack in 24 hours. Seriously, how many people use Photoshop out there? I mean, of course I'm upset, but I'm equally baffled by this number. I didn't realize that many people had an interest in making digital art. It's nuts. Artists stealing from artists. I can't understand it." He says, "Final thought, if just 5% of those people had bought legally, I'd have made $750 today." So, it's interesting. I've seen this reblogged by a lot of other artists, and occasionally you'll get comments in the thread of it where they say, "This is horrible, why would people do this?" And some people say, "Well, you wouldn't have actually gotten that because people doing this, they're just trying them out, and you should probably release them." And they're like, some of the comments go, "He does have different price points on his site, and what do you mean trying out? He's an independent creator selling. When you steal from him, you're literally stealing from this one dude in his in his cause.
Okay,
You're not
okay.
stealing from the company." So,
Well, let me give my opinion on this because well, you know me.
Ian's got to play the devil's advocate.
Well, I'm gonna say as a content creator and both at the same time. Yeah, I will. The only thing I will say that I've noticed when browsing that type of stuff is that, like this type of, it really sucks with this that happened to that guy. But I think it's a lot more rare than you would think. As far as a lot of those things are more like ripped off or torrented when it's like larger companies.
So it's okay to screw over the big guy, not the one guy.
No, I didn't. I did not say that. I just said, from my perspective, it's the question of the article was how much does it hurt them, and I'm saying like it's. I don't think it's as much as like the bigger companies, but I'm gonna say myself is, I won't like torrent like texture packs or like 3D models and stuff because I'm trying to make that stuff myself, and I feel like I don't want to like do that, So I mean, like I won't do it, but I'm saying at the same time, it's not as bad as you would think.
Well, the thing is, when it does happen to one individual creator, it shoots their entire. You're putting a hole in. Because another thing recently there was a whole issue with Patreon where there was a guy running a site where he would get all the rewards from people's Patreons and then put it out for free, because he was posting a thing like, if you want, he's like, Patreon's not a job. If you want a job, go apply for a job at jobs.us or something. It's like, dude, if they're entrepreneurs making a way where people can voluntarily give them money for a thing they do, that's a job. That's better than working for McDonald's.
If you can if you can get money doing it, it's a fucking job.
Yeah, it's my whole point is that, like, when you can literally trace this to, this is a dude who you're taking money away from when you're taking his stuff illegally. That's the problem with a lot of people. They distance themselves from it very, very much, and they're able to say, "Oh, Blizzard, they have all the money." Well, yeah, but this is him and his family. This is what he does. So
we've got to get this guy.
It's just it's sad though, because it's an artist stealing from an artist. It's like these. He makes tools for other digital artists to make things. It's like, these are people who I'm sure they would want to be, like, they would all get upset if they made something with his brushes and then went to sell it and somebody just downloaded it illegally.
Well, I will say, first I was going to comment on Frank. It's not a real job unless you work at Walmart.
Well, yeah, we talked about that before.
Get a haircut and get a real job. Doug doesn't have a haircut, so he doesn't have a real job.
Anyways, like I said, I could download a 3D model, or I can make it. I prefer to make it because I get enjoyment out of making it, and I want to try to make a business out of it. I'm going to say that, a lot of people, the people that do artists that rip off other artists, they're probably not as passionate about it, and they probably won't succeed from it as much as the real artists that wouldn't do it. So.
Well, I'm just saying, though, that, as this happens, it has a real effect on this dude, because he's losing customers and people. I mean, if there's the demand for people to get his stuff, it's not a matter of if all these people would have bought his stuff legitimately. That's not the argument. The argument is, we know for a fact it's hurting him and his business, and, it's like there's all these brushes now that he's put out there to legit sell to people for $15, and these people are. Rather than pay that, they would rather just steal from it. And it's like, well, if they're going to do that, why should he bother trying to sell more brushes if people are just going to rip him off? That's not, it doesn't happen to a dental hygienist. Can't run into that problem.
Right. I guess I'm just saying, the people that are ripping it off, they're not going to do anything with it. They're not going to really be stealing money from it, because nobody's probably going to go take their business.
I don't know, man.
Well, like you said, 24,000 people. If each one of those was somebody just buying it.
I mean, the argument is none of us can say we know who was taking all this and what they're going to do with it. Because, Frank's, when you got a degree in AutoCAD, you said you knew places that ran AutoCAD pirated copies, and they had made sure they weren't connected to the internet just so they wouldn't lose them,
Yes, that was it. That was 2001, and that and
that's how it is.
If you did get caught with it, there was a guy that I went to college with that was giving away bootleg copies to people. He just disappeared one day.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, a van just pulled up, and next thing you know, whoop.
No, the college said, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, well, we knew guys like that, because, you have college students who all have to have a copy of Photoshop, Maya, 3D Studio Max. It's like, yeah, I believe they're all buying.
That's what they said.
That's the thing.
What the guys had said. The guys from, what is it, Imager and all that, they're like, do you think those kids really own fucking Photoshop? Do you think they actually paid for it?
Well, the thing is, places like Adobe, they don't care if the random kid here or there bootlegs it. They're worried about the startup company that steals 600 seats of it and has all their and it's like with that though, they have the spread out. They feel the hurt more with the bigger ones versus this guy. He's losing a $15 sale every time somebody downloads these things, and it's like he's not gonna he can't absorb that. That's I don't know.
Like I said, if you're stealing it, and if you're stealing those brushes and turning around and trying to sell those people, that's really fucked up. But if you're trying to use it as your own brushes, I don't think as many people would be doing that because they're artists as well, and I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the whole point of the... I mean, if you click through the comments on it, you can see people who have reblogged it and then people arguing with them, trying to say, oh, people are just trying these brushes, or he needs to do a different thing. It's like, look, if he's selling them for like $1 and people still are going to pirate it instead, it's like, what's the point? What? It's shooting his business in the foot, and you're just saying that's progress. No, don't do that.
Well, I'm really sorry, Nate. Nate was trying to interject something about this. What were you trying to say, Nate?
Well, like, honestly, you were saying that it doesn't happen to dental. Like, people get stolen from all the time. Like big companies, little guys, big guys. It happens to everyone.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, but I'm
proof that
saying
this guy got ripped off.
I'm saying, though, you can't just rip off, like, a dental cleaning as easily as you can a whole bunch of brushes. It's just, it's the whole benefit of the scarcity issue. It's like, if you go in for dental cleaning and don't pay, well, you don't get to come back. So.
Oh, you can rip off big companies, like, like the software, like, that's a lot bigger than some brushes, I guess. Because that takes hundreds of people to make the software.
How about when companies like steal people's prototypes and stuff, or like, oh yeah, cool, I like your thing. Now I'm gonna make it myself, but cheaper, and then make knockoff copies of it.
You mean undercutting?
Yeah, undercutting.
You mean like injection molding on a 3D? I mean, anyway. So, moving along to another story, I thought I'd toss it. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one is just a sneak peek of Guillermo del Toro's new series for Netflix with from DreamWorks, Troll Hunters. So there's a sneak peek of it.
It's trolling again.
What? I don't know. I see this and I kind of think, my pet monster. But according to the press release, DreamWorks Troll Hunters will unleash a new fantastical world wrapped around the residents of the fictional suburb of Arcadia, who make a startling discovery that the world beneath their hometown is as vast and mind-blowing as anything on the surface. Guillermo del Toro will join Annecy during a masterclass on Wednesday, 15th June at 4 p.m. So this nice little teaser image of, you got all the fog, you got that lens flare, that's great. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts on Guillermo del Toro? You don't have any, do you?
Nope.
That's the extent right there.
I like his work. He's passionate about what he does, and he's a very, good visual artist. It's just, I mean, I love Pan's Labyrinth. That was a great film, and I really like Pacific Rim. I'm looking forward to the sequel and series, I think, that's supposed to be coming from it, and this is going to be interesting. I really like all the original series that are coming on Netflix. Especially from DreamWorks now, they've got a whole deal on them.
One of my favorite book series is actually becoming a Netflix, I guess, a series. I don't know if it's a movie or a series.
What book is that, Frank?
What the hell is it called? Hold on.
It was your favorite one of your favorite book series, and you can't remember the name.
Well, I know it's got a different name for each book, and I don't know if there's a name for the series. Hold on.
Hey, Ben,
anyway.
This is what I've got your article up here.
I'm running on fumes, man. You just woke me up.
All right. So anyway,
this is your troll article here.
No, that's enough of that. I'm just. All right. So this next article, though, I think I put it out here because I think Ian might be interested. HP, NVIDIA announced professional desktop workstations for virtual reality. VR-ready HPZ workstations powered by Quadro GPUs showcased at GPU Technology Conference. So HP has announced a new collaboration with NVIDIA to deliver workstation for content creators, media professionals, game and application developers, and others to create visually engaging and immersive virtual reality experiences. So, yeah.
So this is like computer specifically for making interactive VR or something.
I'm guessing they're marketing it as like, oh, if you want this, it's designed to work well with this, I mean, it's a sign that VR is becoming a thing when computers are being pushed that say, hey, remember that, we're going specifically for this, because there's always new workstations coming out for a dedicated thing, like the Steam boxes coming out for Steam stuff, and this is specifically for these workstations.
Well, it's just like...
Hey, Broseph.
Yes, Franklin?
Here's that thing I was just talking about. I couldn't remember the name of the book.
Okay.
They picked up the first one, I guess. I don't know if they're going to make the one into a series or the whole book series into a series.
Altered Carbon, okay.
Altered Carbon, yeah.
And it's going to close this for, I see some...
Yeah.
no.
But,
you better sue that ad company, man.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a pretty lengthy article talking about pricing and the card types. So,
porn.
Well, I don't know. Like, I just have problems when companies say that this hardware or whatever is branded. This is for this specific thing. When you actually do the bench test, like for example, professional like quadro cards versus just like gaming video cards, and a lot of tests that the gaming cards actually outperformed the $2,000 professional video card.
I mean,
say, this is for professionals.
Yeah, I'm saying it doesn't surprise me either, because you always get, like, there's a new hot thing that they think they can make some money by selling a workstation for it, and then, like, I'm sure there were workstations there, well, I know Avid has workstations, and I think Final Cut might, but, there's dedicated editing rigs and dedicated, this and that rigs, and it's like, it's just a thing. I mean, we've talked before about the prosumer and professional market and how that's becoming a little bit blurred now, because why bother paying for the prosumer market when you could just buy the best computer you can? Why have to have a branded computer for a particular purpose? Well,
when I met me like doing like DIY like stuff for like photography and video equipment, you sort of realize like, hey, you could use this thing that does the same thing as the thing that it's meant for that specific purpose, whereas depending on the label that's put on it, it alters the price drastically on the product.
Yeah, just like how business computers versus personal computers, it's like, well, that's interesting that there's a price difference just on how much they want to charge you for. So,
yeah.
I don't know. What are your
Linus
thoughts?
Yes? Linus Texas was saying, like, if you buy gaming graphics cards and shit, they're basically the best thing for work you're going to have because they're made to go fast. So buying something labeled for a workstation is just bullshit.
It's just their way of saying, oh yeah, these people, they make a lot of money because they're professionals, so we could just get a little bit out of them. They're not paying attention to the price anyways.
Yeah, pro grade.
What are your thoughts, Nate, before I move on?
Yep.
Such deep thoughts from Nate. I love
You agree with everything that's been said before?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Like, if you can get more money out of somebody, you will usually try.
Yeah.
Alright. So, this is another news story that broke recently. Cartoon Network lied to us. Uncle Grandpa is ending production. So, for those of you who don't know, it was recently announced that Uncle Grandpa and Steven Universe were getting re-upped for seasons of, 4 and 5. Yeah, seasons 4 and 5. But apparently, what has happened is the number of shows they ran each season was cut from the first season to the second. So the first season they produced 52 episodes, and then the second seasons were 26, but they still produced that many at a time. So effectively, they've got like over 100 Uncle Grandpa episodes that are still waiting to be broadcast for about the next couple of years. So there's new content that people are going to see, but they fired the crew, and the production is wrapping up on it. So they sell it as, we're continuing airing your show, but we're also laying off all these people. So it's kind of a dick move. A very, yeah. It's kind of not, it's like that they say, hey, these shows are continuing, but in actuality, well, they're still being aired, but these are shows that are going to be made, a year or two ago from when they air. Thoughts? Opinions?
I never watched the show.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
I heard of the title and I said, huh?
Huh? What the?
Oh boy.
Uncle Grandpa? Or was this like bad Uncle Grandpa or something?
No, that's
Bad Grandpa?
This is Uncle Grandpa right here with his talking fanny pack and his beanie hat. And there's photorealistic Tiger and Pizza Stew or Pizza Steve. I don't know. I don't proclaim to be a big fan of the show, but I do think it is very misdirecting to say that you re-up the show, but actually you've just put a bunch of episodes in the hopper for 2 years. Hey, Doug.
Hey!
What's up?
It's just it's like what that workstation thing. What brand of what strain of weed are you supposed to be smoking with the show?
Hey!
Well, it strikes me more as like the Adult Swim kind of thing, but it's aimed towards kids, so it's I don't know.
Did he butt dial
I
us,
can't hear
man?
you, Doug.
No can hear Doug. Doug, we no hear.
Uh-oh. We got another Frank in the house.
Oh no. Now he's having a frantic episode. So, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of... Oh, he says... Oh, okay. So you're telling him. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this situation because it's like, hey, your favorite show, it's not been canceled, but we've fired everybody involved with it, or we've totally rehired a new crew to take over production of it. It's like, this is like, you can't brag about how you're keeping, getting new episodes on the air, but you're also shutting down production.
Well, technically, they're not lying because they did order new episodes.
Well, the episode's already made.
But they're not aired yet, so they're new. They're not a rerun.
Alright, well, you guys don't seem to have too many opinions about that one.
Nope.
I'm just
No
gonna
fucks given.
I'm just gonna toss this one out here. This Pixar marketing video from 1990 is incredible. So it's a 13-minute marketing video from 1990 where the little company that could is pitching about how awesome 3D, computer-generated imagery is going to be. So,
Is this like the trading videos for Taco Bell and shit?
what the ice? Fix up the ice. Oh,
Oh
no,
my
he's on
God.
he's on the holodeck.
There's that Tron.
He's on the grid. Put him on the grid. So,
We got this movie coming out called Toy Story.
it's just amazing to watch all these old
Look at that
computers.
mouse the guy was using.
Well, it looks like he's on an Amiga, Luxo and Luxo Jr.
I love back in the 90s, the CGI, they just put things in there just because it looked cool. Like they put like basic cubes and like
Look at the computer.
stars going
Oh my God.
randomly.
Frank, it's 1990, Frank. I mean,
Oh my God.
hey, Harry Potter's apparently working in there. That's great.
Yeah. Well, no,
So-
it's like they just put they would put random geometric shapes just because they could, because it was new CGI,
Mm-hmm.
in the movies.
Oh, this place looks expensive.
Look, the teapot.
Yeah.
Oh. Look at that wood grain.
Yeah, and Ian, you and I had those teapots. Hey, it's the Money for Nothing video. Money for nothing and your wood grain for free.
I remember when I was in college and we did
Look how real that
texturing
looks.
stuff. It's like you're there and shit.
Render
You know
Man.
why the teapot is in there, right?
Because it's the default in all the rendering software.
Well, no, I mean, why is it the default in there? It's because there's special mathematical formulas for you to generate the teapot.
Oh man, I remember when
Oh,
3D
shit,
Studio
look at that
Max.
crankshaft.
Remember when 3D Studio Max introduced the tree, and suddenly everybody's project had a whole bunch of trees?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that commercial.
Mhm.
Oh man, I'm old.
This tree knocks you out.
How'd they make that? Did they get a bottle of Listerine just jumping around?
As a kid, I was thinking that shit. Look at that TV. That's a Trinitron. That thing weighs 90 tons.
Yeah, with the screen bulging out.
Oh man.
You pick it up, you got dust all over your belly.
Yeah, do you guys remember the old days of helping like your friends or something move and they got the giant screen?
I've got one of those right there on the corner in the next room.
I gave one of my aunts our old TV we had in the basement. It was built like a pregnant lady,
That was
where it
one
had
of
this
mine.
weird. It had a bulge in the back. It's like, why? How am I supposed to grab this? So, but yeah,
I got my old TV over there. It's too fucking big. I'm not putting it in here.
Oh, it's not over here. Dad gave it away to somebody.
No, I have another one over here. That's bigger.
Okay. Hey, is that Doug?
Weird.
Can you hear me?
Hey, I hear running water.
Hey, he butt dialed us.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Can
the
you
show,
hear me
Doug.
now?
Yes. Hi,
Sorry.
Doug.
You got boogers.
This is the best episode ever.
Yeah, we
Sorry,
need to trim that hair there, man.
Sorry, I just came back from seeing Frank's wife.
Oh.
She's in like the next room. We should show that. Ian should show that picture of Frank's beard and his hair slicked back.
Doug, you gotta see this.
Oh no.
You gotta see this,
Oh
dude.
no.
Frank's probably gonna be like, I'm getting to my my Facebook to take that off. Look
No,
at his melon,
I got a beard.
dude.
I'm a man.
Look at that melon. It's glistening in the light.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't all bathrooms have fucking bright ass fluorescent lights?
Wait a second. Bring that back up. Hold up.
It is. I got it up.
Dude, your beard says Allah, but your glasses say JCPenney's.
Oh man.
As he eats his bowl of Campbell's chunky soup.
Okay, so
Actually, it is Special K Vanilla Almond.
ooh, classy.
Oh.
All right, so
Special K.
okay,
Some girls on a diet.
you guys. Okay, so that's my last news story. I did want to toss out a link out there real quick, folks. Yo-Yo Games. Yo-Yo Games is having a sale on Game Maker. Spring sale up to 50% off all products. So, because I recently...
So how much is that?
50%. Depends on which version you're
Okay,
on.
how much is that?
See, here, Frank, there's a screen that shows you.
So, hold on. Let me read.
No.
Oh, that's way too much money. Okay.
Why don't you put us in your mouth while you're chewing?
Oh.
It could even be even grosser.
Well, I just thought I'd mention this one, especially since Doug was talking about wanting to make games for the Vita, because with Game Maker, you can make games for the Vita. So,
Where's that at on there?
what, Doug?
Well, I was looking at it, and unfortunately, with my small, I have a bigger phone screen now. I got to use the iPhone 6. Unfortunately, I still can't read it very well because your screen share sucks. But
No,
Your screen share sucks. Oh man. But yeah, I figured I'd toss this one out there for anybody interested in picking up Game Maker Studio, because I picked up the Master Collection, so that way I can make games on different platforms. So if I want to make an HTML5 game, I can. If I want to make a standalone game, I can. If I want to try and sell it on Steam, I can. You know. What?
I'm gonna do something here.
Oh no.
Oh no. Are you gonna draw a penis on me?
No, I'm not.
Definitely not a penis.
So Frank, I see they did a good job of breaking into your iPhone.
Oh no!
oh,
Oh no.
Oh no! The Google is on my stuff.
the first thing I thought of when I saw that was
What?
Okay, I'm just gonna stop screen sharing there.
Here, put it on my screen.
Are you gonna? I did. Are you gonna? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna turn him into the guy from Iron Man? The bad guy. Oh, you're adding some lens flare. There we go.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
there on his head there.
all of a sudden he's from
Yeah.
Michael Bay movie.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Look at that.
Okay,
Your
Ian.
melon be blinding all the children, man.
Well,
Okay.
it's my duck butter. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's your
Okay.
duck butt. That's your duck butter skin.
Yeah. Chad had a pretty good answer.
So
Bitches
anyway.
like beards.
It's time now for trivia, isn't it? Unless we had a topic this week.
It's quarter till, so we should have enough time. Like,
Hold on, is Doug muted? I see a mute symbol on Doug's picture.
Things can only be so good.
Yeah, I went ahead and muted myself for a hot minute. That way I can eat. That way it won't bother you guys.
oh, okay. He's
Oh.
self-censoring, folks.
He's so nice.
Titties and beard.
Okay.
Oh, he's so nice.
Alright, so what's our topic for today? For
Titties and beard. I put it out there. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, hey Ben, what you drinking there? The
Mountain Dew Black Label.
I had that a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago. Do you like it?
It's alright, I'm just trying to finish it. I mean,
Go.
I haven't tried it yet.
it's like caffeinated blackberry.
I didn't
Or
care for
carbonated.
it. Go to Speedway sometime. They got Pitch Black. It's similar.
Yeah, that's what I was saying then.
I bought a big thing of it because I'd never had it. I think it tastes like cough syrup. Robitussin.
So you've been sipping on the scissor.
Yeah, sipping on some scissor. It's like
Sipping on
great
some scissor.
flavoring, but bunch of it.
Alright.
Like, you know, if you have a kid make Kool-Aid and they put like 5 packets in a jug, imagine that with
Yeah.
like soda flavoring instead of Kool-Aid. That's what it is. It's like, I gave it to my wife and she went, I'm gonna have to drink something else. Get it out of her mouth.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I might as well put this on my thing because we do it every weekend.
Sipping on some scissor.
alright, what's the game topic we got?
Well, whose turn is it? I did last week. I chose it last week. Do you think
Let's let the guest Doug decide. Or Nate. Nate's the title
too.
holder.
Okay,
Well,
okay. How about
well, Doug wasn't
Back
on
up
last
track.
week's, was he? So
No.
who's?
no.
Well, we could do half and half Doug and half Nate. What do you want to do for your half, Nate?
Oh shit, Nate's on the show this week. Haven't heard his voice.
Yeah.
Title match.
Yeah. Are you gonna take the Are you gonna take the belt back?
I'm wanting to.
Well, he's
I'm-
here.
I'm a hankering
Oh,
for
you-
some blood.
You need to get up like in each other's grill or something. If only we had a camera. Here. Wait,
Alright.
Oh,
All
no,
right.
no. Here's what you do. Like, you take a picture of Nate and you import it to your computer, and then like you just take a screenshot of me doing this. Like,
Yeah, there you go. Hold on.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da.
Do that again, Doug.
hold on.
Doug. Okay.
Screen
Okay.
grabbing there.
I thought we were trying to get this show done before Ian the date.
Ian's date has to wait. He's gonna Photoshop.
Ian does have a
fucking-
date. Ian has a date with destiny.
So is this the pick of destiny? Is that what this episode's about?
Cock push-ups.
Destiny.
Okay.
Oh,
Did you
man.
decide, Nate? You're supposed to be talking while we're talking.
Whoops.
Injection mold machines, sure.
Is that what you call your penis?
Oh!
Oh,
Alright.
Oh!
I don't think we're gonna be able to find that. How about just casting?
Sure. Castic?
You know, you can only cast it if it's above 6 inches.
Doug
They
knows
said
this
we
for
were
a
getting
fact.
8 inches. I had to outside to check for myself.
Ah, holy shit!
Just one quid.
One quick.
So you
Totally
think
specific.
you're a molder. Alright, let's do this one.
Holy Holy shit.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Is it one of the top 60 quizzes?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Quiz number 3.
324,012.
That's like
All right.
mileage on a car.
Let's do this.
It's been played 261 times. Holy fuck.
The time
Yeah.
between cycles that your molten plastic sits in the barrel is called, is it wait time, residence time, downtime, cycle time?
Nate?
Oh, that's...
No,
well, that'd
Ian
be
goes
my
first.
question.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I figure it would be like... It sort of sounds like when you're like, you have to shit and it's just sitting there. So I guess I'd say it'd be resistance time. You're trying to put resistance on your butthole.
Residence, you mean?
Residence, I guess. Fuck it.
Benjamin?
I'm gonna go with wait time.
Cycle time.
Okay, Nate's the professional. Tell us what it is, Nate.
I'm not a professional yet. I'll go with wait time as well.
Oh, well, then I'll say wait.
Well, you already chose.
I don't wanna wait
motherfucker.
for life.
No, I didn't. No, if you look at the list, there's Nate and there's me.
Alright, let's go.
Eh.
And the answer
It's
is
Yeah.
residence time.
Oh, your butthole theory was true.
Yeah.
The greater butthole theory of
Fucking
What-
weird.
When molten plastic is injected into your mold at high speed, what happens to the polymer strands? They break? Nothing! They become linear aligned. They bunch up and stop flowing. This would be mine, huh?
Yeah.
Polymer strands.
Someone's taking a piss.
Yeah, it does. Someone's tinkling. Injected into
Not
mold at
me.
high speed and polymer strands.
Once again, I have to inform you that I'm in a room where there's a fish tank. It's really weird that this little rinky-dink mic can pick up a freaking fish tank half the room away.
Hmm.
Hey, what
Yeah,
up,
Doug, you're
Nick?
peeking off camera. Don't lie to us.
I'm gonna say they become linear aligned.
That's what I was gonna say.
I as well.
me too.
I'm a trendsetter.
Ah,
They
okay.
become linear aligned. Alright. When you hear a process technician say that your part has splay, what is he really saying? There was moisture in the melted plastic. There was dirt in the molten plastic. It looks distorted. That part is perfect. Doug, this one's yours.
Splay, huh? Moisture.
Nate?
I'm gonna go with dirt in the molten plastic.
Franklin?
That was actually what I was going to say as well.
Ian?
I'm gonna say distorted.
Yeah, I was going to say distorted. And the answer... There was moisture in the melted plastic.
Who is who's
Doug got that one.
The only reason
I
I
know
know
somebody-
that is because I used to work in a plastics factory, and we used to make what's it called, headlight holders.
Nice.
Such technical
Honk,
term.
honk. Why would I want glass fibers in my resin? To increase part strength? For decoration? To make my part clear? To make my part shiny?
This sounds like an easy one.
This goes to
Never
Frank.
got this. Yeah,
Strength?
yeah. That's what I was gonna say, man.
Yeah, strength.
It's
I'd
fiber.
say
That's pretty much
Fiberglass.
fiberglass, isn't it?
That's what they use
Yeah.
for cars and shit. I mean, it's stronger.
Word. Yep.
Is that where you're
strength.
going with Nate?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're all agreeing.
to increase part strength. A resin's plastic tensile strength is the amount which polymer strands can be stretched before breaking, a polymer's UV resistance, A polymer's resistance to heat, the ability for polymer strands to stretch. Okay, whose turn is it? It's 5, so this will be Frank?
I'd say the first one.
Yeah, I'd go with the first one.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with that. Frank's.
Yeah,
The first one.
All right.
first one.
All right.
Yeah, it was the first one. The month before is a stretch before breaking. All right. What type of resin is used to make CDs? ABS, acrylonitrile, oh boy, PP, polypropylene, PVC, or PC, polycarbonate. Oh boy, I guess I should read these out loud since Doug is watching on his phone.
No, I gotcha.
Okay, so ABS, PPE, PVC, or PC. Okay, and this one goes to Ian.
I doubt it's ABS. I doubt it's PVC as well. I'm gonna go with polycarbonate.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with PC as well.
Nate's the 3D printing expert with the ABS stuff. What do you think, Nate?
Well, if it is abs, I'm gonna be grinding some CDs up.
Yeah.
And
Whoa, Marty.
I'll probably go with the polycarbonate too.
I'll go with
So
the
it's a
PP polypropylene, just to be different.
Pee for your bumhole. What did Frank go with?
I'm gonna go with polycarbonate. It was either that or polypropylene, and since Doug decided to pick the odd man out, I'll go with polycarbonate.
So everyone's going with PC except for Doug. Okay. And the answer
Yeah.
is PC. I'm a Mac, I'm a PC.
I'm a PC. You're a Mac, Ben.
If my molded part does not cool enough before being ejected from the mold, what happens? The part is too hot to touch, the plastic loses its color, it falls apart, or the part warps and shrinks.
Oh, sorry. Accidentally clicked on the thing.
Okay, this is me, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, ejected from the mold before it happens. Part warps and shrinks.
That's what I was gonna say.
I'd say it falls apart.
Nate?
I'm gonna go with warps and shrinks.
And Ian?
Yeah. Like, I feel like why would they say the part's too hot to touch? It's like they're fucking dealing with molten plastic.
I just want to touch the molten plastic. Make some gloves.
I don't want to wait for my polycarbonate to be cold.
Hey, did you
What's
guys
that?
see that Rick Astley has a new song out?
Yeah, nobody's going to check that video.
That's what they're like. No one's gonna click this fucking link. Sorry.
Part warps and shrinks.
Okay, so I know somebody. I went with that as well.
I was
I
the
was
first
odd man
one.
out.
I was the first one to
Okay.
say it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was. Thinking
Yeah, I was the only odd man out on that question.
Oh, man, Doug's going behind, man.
Oh no, he might lose his title.
Yeah, just wait for my half of this. I'm coming up with something that will
shit.
guarantee my victory.
Alright, why would you not mold a toothbrush with PVC plastic? It is too hard to mold. PVC is toxic. It has a bad smell. It's not the right color.
Oh, I know this one.
Well, I think is it Doug's turn?
The hell?
Yeah, it's Doug's.
Fucking no. See, it's too hard to mold. I don't know.
I'm gonna say it's too toxic because I've always.
I was gonna say it's toxic.
PVC.
Yeah.
Toxic.
Yeah, okay.
Jam it in your mouth. You're
Answer
toxic.
is
Is that what you're going with, Ben?
Well, I mean, don't people make stuff out of PVC pipe? But then again, you don't sit.
Yeah, but you're not chewing on it.
Yeah, I'll say it's toxic, yeah. And the answer, it's toxic.
Yeah. Doug's like
Toxic
self-destruct.
toothbrush.
Wait. Does that mean if you make a marshmallow gun out of PVC pipe, you might be in trouble?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think it's food grade.
Why would you want to make
Now you
vents?
know, Nate.
Why would you
Now you
want to
know.
make vents in
Now
our
you know.
molding die? So we can see what's happening, so air can get into the plastic, to allow excess plastic to escape the mold, to allow gas to escape. And this would be Nate's question.
Yeah.
in our molding die.
To allow excess plastic to escape the mold.
Frank?
I was either going to go with that or allow gas to escape. I'll just go with gas just to be different.
Yeah, I was gonna go with that because usually I got to worry about like air bubbles and shit. Needs to get
If
out.
you're dealing with toxic plastic, I'd want the gas to get the fuck out, I guess.
Well, depending on how much you're injecting, I'd say you're probably going to get more gas than, excess, because you're not going to be injecting too much in it to begin with. So, yeah, I'm going to say
Right.
gas.
Yeah, usually they have like formulas and stuff that they know. the
I'll
exact
say
amount.
I'll say the excess plastic.
All right.
Okay, so
The answer,
and
to allow
I
gas
guess
to escape.
So
Yeah, see?
was that me, Ben, and Frank, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Nate, you should be clearing the house with this, Hoss.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
I know,
it means he's got a lot to learn yet still. How does gas from
Quit
molten
playing Angry
plastic?
Birds and focus on the quiz.
How does gas from molten plastic cause burning in the plastic? The trapped gas ignites from the heat generated by pressure. The gas mixed with air explodes. The gas is hotter than the plastic, or gas catches fire. This would be Frank's turn.
Okay.
Hold on. I was having trouble reading along because your audio was kind of skipping on my end. Let me see here.
Pay attention.
I was paying attention. It was just... It's like
you're just
when they
yelling
have
at
that
Nate to
app
pay
where your
attention?
voice... Yeah. No, where you're like... Where they have your own voice, like, offset so it fucks with you. That's,
Speech.
I'm gonna say gas
camera,
catches fire.
Ian?
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say it explodes. I don't think like the heat from the pressure would be too much.
Yeah, I'll say it explodes.
Is that
Doug?
everybody?
I'll say the trapped gas ignites from the heat generated by pressure.
All right.
Is that everyone?
Yep. I guess. Nate?
I'll go with the first one.
All right, so Doug and Nate are on the first one. Everyone else seems to be on the explodes, right? Oh, wait. Frank with gas catches fire. Okay. The trapped gas ignites in the heat generated by pressure.
So whose was that? Doug's and Nate's?
Me and
Doug's
Nate.
Nate's.
Yeah. All right, you guys finally get.
All right, so the last 5 questions, real quick.
Just give Frank a point.
Oh. Oh right.
No, I said gas catches fire, so...
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't
All
say
right.
that one.
So Doug, what's our last 5 questions
Hold
going to be
on.
on?
Hold on, Doug.
I had
Doug and Nate.
It was Doug. It was Doug and Nate.
yeah.
So who Doug's gonna give a point to?
Frank.
Okay, so he goes back down to 7.
So you all knew this
No, you
was
gave
coming?
Doug.
What?
Huh?
Oh no.
I just gave it to him. He was a couple of points behind.
All right. So what's a
All right.
topic
Right.
Doug wants to do?
Yeah, you ready for this? You've known it was coming
Uh-oh.
for a long time. The
Wrestling.
day is finally here. You have to look up a specific term, okay?
Oh
It
no.
is
Docking.
WWE NXT.
Belching.
Oh,
Sphincter.
hey, Nate, did you have a problem with the score, by the way, or something?
No. It's fine.
Did you think you were supposed to be ahead of me?
No.
Oh.
I'm at 7.
All right.
Okay, so are we doing wrestling?
Yep, last 5. WWE NXT.
Oh no.
He has a
You know, I took a
specific.
quiz recently. I took a quiz for how many 90s NBA stars could I name from their picture, and I actually got like 19 out of 40 something. I didn't think I knew that many guys. I didn't watch basketball at all in the 90s.
Doug wanted to do a specific wrestling thing.
Yeah. Did he have like a link to it or something?
No, he just said enter
No,
in.
just look up WWE NXT. There should be something on that. It's been around long enough, damn it.
Hey, if we have one on injection molding, there should be at least one.
Yeah, dude, I gotta give kudos to Nate for that one, man. That was just awesome.
Is it all one word or
No, WWE and then NXT separately.
so NXT, not XT? Okay.
What's up, XT?
No, nothing.
How about just
Wow. Okay,
NXT?
Yeah, maybe.
No.
No,
They have
nothing.
shit on injection molding.
I know, right?
Well, nerds on the internet, guys.
Nerds.
Nerd.
Nerds.
Nerds.
All right. Well,
WWE. You have these things here.
You got subcategories?
I guess. History of WWF, WWE, WWE Fractured, WWE Grab Bag, the past and present of WWE, WWE titles, video games, Day of Reckoning. Day of Reckoning.
Holy shit.
damn it, Bobby.
Just go into WWE, I guess. See what we got.
Subsections.
Did I just see one says WWE finishers?
Yeah, that's,
Sure.
That's
That's
easy.
Yeah.
easy.
Oh, it's easy? Okay.
It's easy for Doug.
How about the WWF in 1987? It's tough.
No, I really wasn't watching in 87 because I was only like, 5 years old, but let's do it. Fuck it.
Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's see
That'll
who
be hard
can.
for everybody.
Let's see who can BS this one. I'm down with this one too.
Yeah.
We did injection molding. Why not?
Yeah.
In January 1987, Ricky Steamboat returned to the ring after suffering a crushed larynx at the hands of Randy Macho Man Savage. The Dragon made his return by defeating this famous mid-1980s jobber. Who was he? Was it Iron Mike Sharpey, Steve Lombardi, Tiger Chun Lee, or Barry O? Ian, I believe this one's yours.
Okay. Let me say Shark.
I'm gonna say Steve Lombardi.
Iron Mike Sharp.
I would say that as well.
Nate?
I will also go with Steve Lombardi.
Okay. And the answer? Barry O.
No one fucking guessed.
In February 1987, Hercules Hernandez, now managed by Bobby the Brain Heenan, began a lengthy feud with Billy Jack Haynes. The feud centered on which of the two muscular athletes was the master of a certain submission hold. What was this hold? Is it the full Nelson, the figure four leg lock, the Boston Crab, or the Bear Hug? I'm going to say the full Nelson.
The full Nelson.
The full Nelson.
The figure 4 leg lock, just for the fuck of it.
And Nate?
Nate?
I'll
Nice
go
for
with the
Nate.
full Nelson.
Okay. And
The full Nelson.
Everyone but
was
Frank
Frank.
gets a point.
And you get a
Imagine
point.
that.
Alright, in February 1987, Adrian and Adonis was paired with Brutus Beefcake and Greg Valentine in a televised six-man tag team match. During the bout, Adrian made a huge mistake and accidentally cut some of Beefcake's hair. How did Adonis, Valentine, and Beefcake face this match? The Junkyard Dog and the Killer Bees, Lanny Poffo and the Can-Am Connection, Ricky Steamboat and the Rougeau brothers, or Hillbilly Jim and the British Bulldogs. Doug, I think this one's yours.
Yeah, good luck.
Let's see. Holy shit. Lanny Poffo and the Can-Am Connection, I guess.
That's what I was thinking. It sounds vaguely familiar.
Nate?
Ricky Steamboat and the whatever the rest
Rougeau.
of it is.
Yeah, I go with Ricky Steamboat.
I'm going to go with the Junkyard Dog and the Killer Bees.
That's the coolest band ever.
I know! I can see Emmett Otter playing with that one.
Hillbilly Jim and the British Dogs opening on tour with the Junkyard Dogs and Killer Bees.
Oh, man.
Ah, the Killer
Lanny
Bees.
Poffo and the Can-Am Connection.
So it's me and Doug.
I believe Lady Poffo was also known as the Genius, and is also the brother of the Macho Man Randy Savage.
No, the Riz of the
Ooh.
Disney Genius.
It's all ODB, thank you very much. Alright.
Wow.
In early 1987, a muscular, no-nonsense duo called Demolition made their debut and began to destroy the opposition. What obnoxious manager was responsible for bringing this legendary tag team to the WWF? Was it Johnny Valiant, Slick, Bobby the Brain Heenan, or Jimmy Mouth of the South Heart? This one goes to Nate.
I'll go with Jimmy Mouth of the South Heart.
Frank?
I'm going to say Bobby the Brain because they were just talking about him.
Ian?
I know he's not made up.
Johnny Valiant?
Yeah, I'm going to say Johnny Valiant.
I'll say
Very
Bobby
valiant,
Brain.
interesting.
Alright. Oh,
Johnny
it was
Valiant.
Johnny
Johnny
Valiant!
Oh,
So who was that,
It's
me
the-
and you, Ben?
Yeah, so Johnny Valiant, was that Eddie Valiant's brother?
yeah.
Ooh.
Eddie Valiant, you're under arrest.
Alright, last one.
So
At
dumb.
WrestleMania 3, in one of the night's many tag teaming contests, the Killer Bees faced Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik. The decision was very uncharacteristic, as it was the face team of the Bees that lost by disqualification. Why were they disqualified? Hacksaw Jim Duggan hit the Sheik with his 2x4. Hacksaw Jim Duggan hit Volkov with his 2x4. The Bees used their masks and the referee caught them making illegal changes. Or Jim Brunzel mistakenly punched the referee. Oh man. So, Frank, this one's all yours.
I'm going to say Hacksaw Jim Duggan hit the Sheik with his 2x4 because that's awesome. It doesn't roll off the tongue like hit Volkov with his 2x4.
Oh man. What do you think, Ian?
What is the one with the sheep?
Yeah. The Sheik.
Alright.
Well, they hit
By
at
the
the
way-
Shiki.
I'm gonna say hit the Sheik. Everyone wants to say hit the Sheik. That just sounds cool.
It sounds awesome.
So are we all going with the same thing?
Everyone's going with hit the
We
Sheik.
all go with the hit of the Shiki.
By the
Doesn't
way,
matter.
Sheik
The
could-
same person's going to fucking win regardless.
Alright, the
What?
answer
Well, actually, by the way, if you guys want, I still haven't heard from this girlfriend, my girlfriend yet. I want to go till 20 because I'm pretty ahead. I'm gonna give you guys a chance to come back. We rarely have all 5 of us together, so we might as well make this a special one.
All right.
She's probably
Yeah.
And it was the Sheik. Hacksaw Jim Duggan hit the Sheik with his 2x4. All right. In another tag team match at WrestleMania 3, Jax and Raymond Rougeau lost to Greg Valentine and Brutus Beefcake in what would be their last match together. At the bout's conclusion, Beefcake was ousted and replaced by this veteran star, who took Beefcake's spot in the Dream Team. Was it Ravishing Rick Rude, Adorable Adrian Adonis, Playboy Buddy Rose, or Dino Bravo? Ian, I think this one is yours.
I'm gonna go with Adonis.
I'm going to go with Playboy Buddy Rose.
I'll go with Adrian Adonis as well.
Adrian Adonis.
Right?
I'm going to say Ravishing Rick Rude.
Dino Bravo. None of us got that one. Oh,
okay,
man.
guys.
He tricked us.
One of the featured grudge matches on the WrestleMania 3 card.
What?
Yes.
Wait, what's wrong, Frank?
I'm going to have to bow out. I got to get food before the restaurant closes.
The restaurant closes at 8?
Well,
I mean,
No, but they close at 9, Ben.
Oh, well, Frank has bowed out of the title match.
he didn't have a chance to win.
I didn't stand a fucking chance anyway.
Hey,
I'm at the bottom of the...
Frank has been pinned.
yeah.
Here we go with this.
Beefcake guys
So,
coming.
I might holler at y'all later.
All right, Frank. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure to lose among you, gentlemen.
Yes.
Little
always
What's
is.
the
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
Go ahead,
guys.
do that again, Doug. That's-
Oh, podcast. Okay. One of the featured grudge matches on the WrestleMania 3 card saw the Vile Honky Tonk Man battle Jake the Snake Roberts. In order to combat the presence of Honky Tonk's pesky manager Jimmy Hart, Jake was accompanied by a famous heavy metal rocker. Who was it? Was it Slash, Angus Young, Alice Cooper, or Ozzy Osbourne?
Oh shit! Is this Nate's now?
I guess.
Think so, yeah.
Yeah, Nate.
I want to say Alice Cooper.
Wasn't that Alice Cooper in that one Eminem commercial where it was like he was singing? It was like a picture of him done by M&M's or something.
No, you're thinking of Steve Tyler.
Oh yeah.
So, what do you think, Ian? Who do you think it was?
I'm gonna go with Ozzy.
I'm going to go with Ozzy as well.
It's Alice Cooper.
Oh, really, Doug? He seems pretty certain of that one.
That's what. So it's divided then.
All right.
Oh,
it was Alice Cooper.
so it's Doug and Nate,
Yeah.
which are tied. By the way, for our audio listeners, I have 12. Ben, Doug, and Nate are actually tied at 10.
So we're catching up. All right. In the spring of 1987, former WWF Intercontinental Champion Ken Patera returned to the company after a 2-year absence. Why was he gone for 2 years? He was serving a jail sentence, he was tending to his ailing parents, he was recovering from a serious illness, or he was wrestling in another promotion. This would be Ian, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna say he was wrestling in another promotion.
2-year absence. I'm gonna say,
Either that or jail.
I want to say it was either jail or illness. I'm gonna say jail sentence.
I'll say
Why
wrestling
not?
in another promotion.
Yeah, I'll do wrestling. Another promotion.
You gonna go with promotion?
Yep.
Okay, I'm being the outlier here. Let's find out what happens. He was serving a jail sentence.
Oh, nice one. Ben might. I think that's gonna be up to Ben then, or maybe someone else.
Well, we
can
got
do
2
the
last
tiebreaker.
questions. So, shortly after his return, Ken Patera injured Bobby Heenan's neck, forcing him to wear a neck brace. In an act of revenge, Heenan had some of his goons flog Patera on national television. Which Heenan family members did this to Patera? King Kong Bundy, Rick Rude, Haley Race, and Andre the Giant? Paul Orndorff, Harley Race, King Kong Bundy, and Hercules Hernandez? Hercules Hernandez, Harley Race, and the Islanders? Or Andre the Giant, Paul Orndorff, and the Islanders? This would be me, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say some of his goons. I'm gonna say King Kong Bundy, Rick Rude, Harley Race, and Andre the Giant.
I'm gonna go with Hercules, Harley, and Insiders or Islanders.
I'll go with Andre Orndorff and the Islanders.
I'm also going with Andre the Giant, Paul Orndorff, and the Islanders.
Okay, let's see if you guys are right.
Oh.
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 It was the middle.
Was
It was
that-
the second one nobody got.
Urbans.
Well, this last one, this one will either get me tied with Ian or will prove he is the winner tonight. Let's find out. During the spring and summer of 1987, a masked duo wrestled as jobbers to the stars. They did not last very long and were gone by the fall. What was that team known as? The Maniacs, the Gladiators, the Barbarians, the Shadows.
The
Doug?
hell? Hot damn. I guess the Barbarians.
Nate?
The Shadows.
I'm
Ian?
going with Gladiators.
I'm going with the Maniacs.
Here we go.
And the answer
Maniacs.
on the floor. And the Shadows. So Nate got that one, but Ian won overall, folks.
Yes. Yes.
So,
I won at something on both quizzes I have no idea about. I know nothing about it.
Ian would like to say, he's the luckiest guesser. I'm pulling stuff out of his butt.
In
Yeah,
the
I wish I
world.
had the sound effect. I wish I had the voice effects set up, but I BS my way through this, and I am the ultimate BSer then.
Doesn't
And
it feel
you-
great to BS your way through a quiz?
Yeah, it does.
Don't it feel great
now
to
you
be a
see how I
guesser?
feel every time that we quiz?
Well, I kind of just went
Oh.
through like, I just went through vague remembrances of just like the names and stuff, you know.
Right.
Man.
I guess I don't know. Well, I guess I took it away from Nate. Now Doug's. At least since Nate's not on the show as often, at least I can have the title taken away from me. So Doug has a better chance now, I guess. It's good for Doug.
You two are gonna meet in the ring.
Cover
You're gonna
what's mine,
fight
brother.
I'll do the pose too. We need to get everybody's pose like in that thing. That would
Yeah,
be
Oh,
Photoshopped
that'd be
in.
hilarious. Oh my goodness.
And then have that be the thumbnail on YouTube.
Actually,
Well, I-
no, do that again, but can you hold it out farther so I don't have like the...
Well, I actually, if you go to my Facebook, I have a picture at the Arnold where I did a face-off with Randy Couture,
Oh, okay.
which, was probably the most awesome and scariest moment of my life because he could snap me like that.
Just put a red Rock'em Sock'em robot on there. That's cool.
Oh man, well, This has been a fun one, even though Frank had to duck out before we totally whooped his ass.
It wouldn't have mattered.
I know. But it was fun anyway.
It was.
Well, okay.
It was really fun.
Okay, so just to be clear, Frank doesn't listen to this on the download, right?
No, when it's done, he doesn't care.
Okay,
whatever.
so here's what we need to do, okay? And Nate needs to be on this as well, okay? So here's what needs to happen. You all need to pick one category. It's one category that we think will absolutely, positively bore the living fuck out of him in 20 questions.
They
so
all
for-
will.
So
Anything
for,
that's not pinstriping our cars, he will.
Like
Ben's gonna do
I'm talking.
he's gonna do the
dead
Helvetica
asshole.
font. The fonts.
That would be
Helvetica.
hilarious. Okay, go back to the trivia website and see if there's a Helvetica font trivia quiz.
I know there's one on fonts, so it's just I don't know if there's one on Helvetica.
Oh man, why do you guys gotta be such haters?
Haters gonna hate.
Are we out of the woods? Nope.
Come on, man. Fonts are awesome.
Is that how you spell Helvetica?
Just look up fonts. I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of trivia on fonts for next time.
But here's the thing. Here's what needs to happen. Okay. You need to go through and get all of the answers. And what needs to happen is we all get maybe 2 or 3 questions wrong, but we all get the exact same amount right. That way Frank's like, hey, this is fucking bullshit.
Why don't we just make a fake quiz where everything's just wrong and we all guess the wrong answers but they're right? And he goes like, come on, no, that's not right. That's not right.
This quiz is fucking bullshit.
I know. Mario was Nintendo, not Sega. What's going on with this?
Dude, that would be awesome. Dude.
Well,
And we're like, what? I don't know what you're talking about, Frank. We all know that
It
it's.
should be questions about pinstriping.
yeah.
It's like we all know that in order to pinstripe, you have to chug the paint and then just sneeze it onto the thing. That's how it works, right? I mean, this is just common knowledge.
Well, Ian, looks like you're not getting laid tonight, so you can do that.
Oh. Okay, let me cut back to my beautiful face. Beautiful. This is why everybody tunes in. So, it's been a fun. It's been a fun show. I'd like to get this one wrapped up just in case Ian's date does show up. I'd like to thank everybody for joining in. I'd like to thank Ian for bringing his news stories and for manning the trivia points, because I know I don't want to man trivia. That's a tough job, man. I don't have enough time reading it.
I know this show would be it's always been proven that the show is in shambles when I'm gone.
When it's gone, don't carry on.
Oh man, I'd like to thank Nate for coming back on again. We always appreciate having him around.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Frank for when he came in and didn't set the place on fire before having to leave. That's always appreciated. I'd like to thank Doug for turning into Doc Brown, apparently, or Tom Anderson, one of the two.
Yeah, don't worry, if it catches on fire, Doug will come over with that pissing aquarium and put it out.
No, seriously. Okay, I will show you guys something. Okay.
Oh, he's taking us on a tour, guys. Let's check this out here.
There is. See that huge ass aquarium over there?
Yeah.
That's like a 10-gallon. It's like a 10-15 gallon tank. So that's why I'm on the other side here of the room. So.
Look.
How come I don't hear it now, though?
Because I'm talking.
Yeah.
Okay, stop talking.
Yeah, at least Doug didn't turn this into a colonoscopy. It does.
Okay, here now, yeah.
Anyway, on that note, the brown note, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in this week. I'd like to thank everybody. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on this episode. It's been a fun time. It's always good when we all get together and have a good one. So I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Until next time, we'll see you on the other side. More, visit NoRightsProductions.com. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/NoRights. And hey, why don't you check out my Tumblr at NoRights.tumblr.com.
Check out my Tumblr.
Check out Tumblr.